So hey, how much do you know about your family tree? Because in my case, I know about the things that have kind of been passed down from generation to generation. So in terms of like health, you can expect somewhere later in life you're gonna have maybe a touch of the high blood pressure, maybe some diabetes, type 2 diabetes somewhere along the line. Expect some arthritis also, especially in the knees, right? But aside from those, there's something that has been kind of passed down in my family tree that a lot of the cousins, a lot of the um, older relatives I speak to have this affliction. My grandfather had it, my father got it from him, and now me and my siblings also have it. But the thing is, we have it to varying degrees, and what that is a stutter. So my father kind of mastered the art of maneuvering and talking in a way that doesn't give off that impression that he does have a stutter. My grandfather, to the end of his life, pretty much stuttered straight throughout. Um, never really got a control of it, but still lived an amazing life. Up to this day, people still talk highly of him because he helped so many people throughout his life and all that. Gave so many people a start because he was one of the master tailors in his time, and he pretty much gave everybody around him that initial start in trade work because he wanted to make sure that they could, do that kind of work, at least do something to kind of feed themselves. So he, even with his limited ability to like say words and stuff, he was able to train hundreds of people, hundreds of cousins and young men in the community, young men across the parish that even up to now they still speak of him highly on how he has affected or benefited their lives. So yeah, even my father, right, in his own capacity, has also done um, an amazing thing with his timeline in his life also. So for me, my brother and sister, I didn't even know my older brother had a stutter until it was the day of um, our father's funeral preparation day, where we kind of had to do this, choosing the casket, um, selecting the package and all that, and picking things to kind of get everything in place. When we got everything kind of semi finalized, we went back to the into the town, and then he got into an altercation with a guy near the market in the town, and that's where he started stuttering. That's when his stutter comes out when he gets angry. You start see the lip kind of balling up, and that's when the stutter kind of comes out. On my sister's side, she has it too, but she's kind of on the lesser side, so it's not as bad for her. But she is able to kind of maneuver and knows how to kind of use like techniques like slow down and be able to talk over um, or use words that kind of help to navigate or have to not deal with the stuttering as much, right? If that makes sense. In my case, the funniest reason I want to make it, I had this video in mind for like many years to make, but it's just funny enough. The word eucalyptus is why I'm making this video now, because just 2 days ago on Friday, that would have been the 22nd of May. I went into this new supermarket that I've been using recently, um, but because I like the prices and stuff, but they didn't have something that I needed, or not 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 have it. They didn't have it like on the traditional shelf where you kind of find it in an aisle like that. So they had it on in a different place, but I didn't know that. So what that meant was I had to ask a question, which is something that stutterers will understand. Asking questions with big words or words with many syllables is kind of, you know. So it went about as well as you as you think it would. But not only this, right? I had a sore throat that day, and still kind of have it now, but it's not that bad. But on that day, I had a sore throat to deal with. So so it's like one of those things where you have a sore throat, a bad stutter, and a really hard word to call. I've made like a short, um, a YouTube short, a TikTok on the day, me being in the because I know that it was gonna be a really technical thing to get this word out, and it was. She had to. I went to the cashier and asked her, where you get the eucalyptus? Where you get the eucalyptus? Um, and then I said like, oil bottle. So she was saying oil bottle like. She asked me cooking oil. I said no. So eventually I did get it out, and she showed me where they had it. I said cool. I got it and left. But that's the thing, right? When it comes down to stuttering, you gotta run to days like this. And but this is the first time I had to deal with stuttering, the big word, and have a sore throat at the same time. And it was at the maximum like sore throatiness. So I had, it was really grating. So, but yeah, we got through that day. So, but I want to tell you how I kind of deal with my stutter now. So, my thing is, I have a stutter, but I also kind of talk fast. You might have picked that up from this video up to now. And the thing about me is, I not only have the stutter, but I've managed to even work in call center, multiple call center roles with the stutter, and I've done really well with the stutter. So I've done sales side, I've done customer service side, I've done um, sales, soft sales, hard sales. So I've done hard sales, inbound, soft sales, outbound. I've done customer service. I've taken clients and diffused the situation, all with a stutter, and still having the Jamaican kind of accent coming through. Because I had people ask me, "What? Where are you from? Are you from Jamaica? Where are you from?" So yeah, I've gone through that, and I'm not let my stutter kind of stop me. If anything, I've kind of leaned into it at times, especially on the sales side. Because what I found is when it comes down to sales, especially, um, people are kind of guarded when they know you're trying to sell them something, right? What I try to do is if I'm gonna be selling you something, um, a technique that I can use. I do have like an arsenal, but a technique I can use to kind of help to disarm you. I'll lean in. I'll actually, if anything, lean into my stutter. And what that means is I'm gonna use my stutter to the point where you are gonna be listening more intently to what I'm saying. In fact, you're gonna be so engaged with what I'm saying, you're gonna help me to move the conversation along. No, you may call that manipulative a bit. Uh, that's sales. So it's not a case where I'm gonna force. They can still say no. I'm gonna build the rapport and everything during that process, and even with the thing of not being able to say many words, Um, funny thing that happened to me one time when I was on the phone. I was speaking to this insurance agent who was moving I think worked for Allstate or some other, maybe State Farm. I'm not sure. One of the big providers. And after we were finished, they told me, listen, they told me I've been in insurance for like, they said, I think 30 years or something like that. And you talk the fastest. I'm still sick. My nose is like stuffed up right now. So, and I still sold what I had to sell that day though, because, I still was able to, to build rapport and get to the sales, side of things. Actually get the person warm and ready to buy. You know, so in my case, I've kind of learned to use it in that way. I'm not saying everybody will be able to, cause there are different levels when it comes down to stuttering. But if you're somebody that's interested in the sales side of that, or learning to use it effectively as not something that's going to inhibit you, but rather something that's a tool that can help you to push yourself in your career further. I do have a book, you know, shameless plug from a salesman here, that you may be interested in. There's a couple of them, but this one, I was gonna do a look at Rashad's story with Tony Robbins, but all right, let's skip that for now. We can always do this as a breakdown. If you're interested to see me like go through this video, I think it's a video that Tony Robbins kind of helped a stutterer. I said it like cured him in 7 minutes, even though the video is like 10 minutes long. So it's, but the book is called Stutter Selling: Mastering Call Center Sales with a Stutter. So it's in story form, and what it does is it kind of helps you to understand um, sales and what to expect with sales and all the issues that can come with that. So it's one of set of books that are released on Amazon, and it's one of three books as a part of this series. So I have other books. There are books on Gumroad also, but for this set here, it's call center sales. So if you look at the description here, give me a second, I'm trying to pull this up. So it says, "Are you struggling with communication challenges in the high pressure world of sales? Do you feel held back by stutter, a fast speech pattern, self doubt? Stutter selling is here to show you that success is possible even when the odds seem stacked against you. Follow Sam, an introverted call center rep with a heavy accent and a stutter, as he battles rejection, frustration, and constant pressure to deliver." So yeah, so if you're in sales or on the customer service side, this will be able to help you. I do have a plan to make a couple more in this series. So there's even a new transfer. So this one, so I moved from sales into customer service. So this one kind of takes that, it's through the lens of Daniel's, that use Daniel as a lens, but it's still my story in the sense of what I had to do moving from um, the sales side, from hard selling to soft selling, because I was inbound first and I went outbound sales. When I went from inbound, which was hard selling, to soft sales, outbound, what we were doing, I was working for Verbal. And what Verbal is a platform that is an amazing platform. It helps you to book a lot like what Airbnb does. So they partner with owners and handle as a middleman to help you to kind of be able to rent houses rather than just, let's say, a room on Airbnb, right? So what I had to do on my side of that, I was the guy who would help with the win-back accounts. What win-back means is I would help to um, make people who were considering leaving or were dormant on the platform, I would be the person that would call those people right across the world. So India, UK, Australia, US, Canada. I would call them um, and try to find out where they were at and why, as in where they were at mentally and why they were considering leaving the account. closing out the account, right? Or why is it dormant, or why do you have like the days blocked out to be able to rent, and then get an understanding of just their issues or how they felt, or maybe the site wasn't accomplishing the goals that they had. Maybe they had other platforms like Airbnb and there were maybe conflicting dates. So with the tools that I got under that account from the call center, I was able to in my first month meet their uh, commissions in my first month under a new type of selling, because this was reaching out to people that like people that own property, and did fairly well. Had to leave really quickly because we wanted to come back to Manchester and all that. But so yeah, if you want to get this, you can. It's on Amazon. If you want to get the three series, I think it's $9, and this one has it's a as I said, this one is like transfer. So alright, so the first three that I did was the stutter selling. This one is for nervous and natural mastering call center sales, and this one is introverted sales. Alright, so if you're introvert, so I tell it as a more, what would I say, a more story form. Alright, so it gives you that kind of understanding from that perspective. But alright, yeah. So yeah, that's how I use my stutter. Um, that's the video. Alright. Let me know if you want me to like make that video on the Tony Robbins 7 minutes thing, and yeah, that's the video. Have a good day. You can watch something else now. Maybe one of my videos if you feel up to it. There are a lot of them. There are a lot of them. If you want to feel more to watch like a couple of shorts, there's a lot of comedic ones, a lot of um, let me just say, more serious ones also. If you're interested in wrestling, I have a couple of wrestling playlists that I've created also. You can look at those. If you're interested in more Jamaican content, I can go ahead and check out the channel for those also. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day, and hopefully you'll learn to use, if you have a stutter or any other impediment that you currently think is affecting you, you learn to turn that into something that makes you more amazing. All right, yeah, uh, turn it into a part of your arsenal rather than an affliction that holds you back. All right, that's it. Done. Yeah, done. 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 Yeah, finished. All right.